Meeting is being recorded.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Four Things. Top
Top
four.
four.
Top four. Where five guys talk about four things that most people don't care about, but we really do. We take a deep dive, we take a look at it, shake it up, we mold it around, we press it into a mold, we flip it over, and we see what we make.
By
And
the
this
way,
week,
who's the fifth guy?
That's what I was wondering.
he's secret.
Secret.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you.
It's almost like he was in front of the camera and then he.
5 squares.
Ducked out.
Thank you. Ducked.
Speaking of ducking out, today we're talking about ducks. We're all going to pick our favorite duck that we like in media, and we're going to talk about it in comic books or cartoons, and we're going to talk about it. Mikey, why don't you start us on? Who's your favorite duck?
So, my favorite duck is going to be a an Army veteran, much like Tom and I. I'm talking about Donald Duck, the greatest Disney character of all time. Retired from the U.S. Army. Our friend Diane does an amazing job of going into the detailed history of Donald Duck. So if you ever get to see one of her presentations on propaganda in World War II, you should definitely check it out. And in addition to that, one of my favorite comics of all time was the Don Rosa series, which is Uncle Scrooge McDuck and Donald Duck. It is just a delightful read. I thought it was going to be for kids. It's for kids and adults. Anybody can check it out, and you'll enjoy the series.
Yeah, those Donald Duck cartoons and comic books would sometimes hit you in the feels out of nowhere, apropos of nothing, and like really hit you hard.
Yep.
Yep. Tommy, who's your duck-based character?
Mine is Howard the Duck.
Woo!
Howard the Duck is one of my favorite comic book characters for ducks because during the Civil War, he tried to register and was told at his local offices that he could not register because they had spent the past 6 months denying his existence to the public. And so he could not register for the act that was supposed to register all superhumans, and he was fighting to register because he thought it was his duty to do so. And he's just a great, hilarious character. His book is always funny. At one point, he's wielded the power cosmic. He's been a portal to other dimensions. He's just been a great character throughout Comicton. He's even, how shall I say, had his own movie, even though it wasn't a great movie.
He's a great secondary character to have around. He moves a lot of stories forward in a lot of very odd ways, and he's a fun visual character. And the movie was deplorable, and I think we actually did a podcast about that a while ago because it was so bad.
It was.
But the Steve Gerber run was great, and the Chip Zdarsky run was amazing.
Yeah. And there was a lot of great comic books. In the original Howard the Ducks, some of my favorite comic books to reread as an adult now because I'm getting so much more that I didn't get when I was a kid. Josh, how about you? Who's your favorite duck?
I'm gonna go with Count Duckula. Yeah, a nice little spin-off from Danger Mouse. He was just a good character. I mean, clearly he very much resembles another duck in our lexicon, but for the most part, British cartoons just delighted me as a kid.
Yeah, this was a fun little cartoon. I forgot that he was a spinoff of Danger Mouse until you mentioned it. The animation's different. I thought it was pretty good for the time. It holds up because I've watched some of these, and the jokes nonstop. That's the thing I like about Duckula. Every
Yeah.
2 seconds, it's like a Mel Brooks movie. If you're not telling a joke every 30 seconds, you're missing time. For my entry, I really like Rubber Duck from Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew. Not just because Chris Christopherson in the movie Convoy was Rubber Duck. We should rate that movie at some point. But also because the power set was kind of fun. I liked his nom de guerre, his uh, alter ego is Bird Reynolds, because he's supposed to be a takeoff of Burt Reynolds for some reason. He's an actor in real life, a stunt duck, if you will, in some comic books. He's a fun character, a good visual, and a good addition to Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew. He had a lot of heart. A lot of people don't get that about Rubber Duck.
And like, who? I can't remember who created the Zoo Crew. We've met him before and interviewed him. But perfect secret identity for that power set, right? You're going to be a stuntman. You can fall from any building and you're not going to get hurt. You can be in a car accident and not get hurt. So really match the power set very well.
One thing that always struck me about Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew, if you look deep into it, they don't miss a single chance to add a little bit of a zinger joke in there, like Bird Reynolds or Devil Deer or whatever they're doing. And I think they could have spent a little bit more time creating memorable villains, because that is one thing that Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew really never had, is like a really fun.
Frogzilla, how dare you, sir?
It was a good villain of the week. I'll grant you that.
Scott Shaw, by the way, that's the creator. Sorry, it just came into my brain.
Yeah. I always enjoyed those comic books, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I just think that a couple of really good bad guys would have really added a lot to Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew. And Mike, kudos to you for naming one. Name a second.
All right. The kangaroo. What was his name?
If I'm thinking of Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew, even if I don't know it, I'm going to go with Dr. Roo.
That would have been awesome.
It might have been Dr. Roo.
No, he had an Australian accent, at least in my brain he did. So he had that Outback Jack hat and stuff like that. I can't remember what his name was. It's been a while since I read Captain Carrot.
We can look it up later. But that's our top 4 of our duck flavored characters. If you have a second that you'd like to put up, anyone got a runner-up?
Duck Fat in Portland, Maine. You said duck flavored characters, so I'm going with them.
Duck Fat is a delicious restaurant where they cook everything in duck fat, and they even make a brandy with infused duck fat in it, and it's delicious. Oh, and their French fries in duck fat. Jesus
so
Christ.
Good. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Or have the pressed duck at the Donald in New York City. Ooh, lolly.
That's an expensive day out, buddy.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it is. Might as well have an ortolan, for God's sakes. 3 people on the planet get that joke, and none of us are one of them.
You're right.
That was it for this week's episode. Thank you for talking to us and listening to us. Hey, if you give us a chance, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and if you have a duck character you like, add it on. And don't forget, we also have a podcast. And our podcast is huge. How many episodes, Mikey, around?
400 plus.
Yeah. We're the Longbox guys, by the way. Did we say that?
Yeah, he said that at the beginning. The 5th guy mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, they don't remember that.
Yeah. Angel mentioned it.
All right, thanks.
All
Bye.
Right, get out of here. Love you. Bye.